ask you if I could put those little videos that I'm just gonna start making a bunch of those little clips, making some tabby tap power, freaking dance music going on. Anyway, welcome to the Nefty Show. Tons of stuff to talk about today. I'm like in the background making some announcements because the Flip Tribes mini season to kind of start things out, starting with 500 billion AI God, has started already. Somebody found it, so I want to get the announcements out about it. One of the Red Scorpion brothers, Sephiroth, has already found it. He's done a couple of games, and of course, he's beating the shit out of me already. But yeah, so long story short, it's a billion AI God to play. And if you win big, you earn big. If you lose, you lose. If you tie, you tie. Ish. All the numbers are on there once you get in the game. And we'll play some games. Long story short, you can actually make some real money grinding some stuff out. I don't think that this season is going to last very long, which is on purpose. We're going to be running this, taking a look at the numbers, seeing what we can learn about the mechanics of it all, to try and make it as fun and engaging and hilariously good as we possibly can for season 2. Anyways, I got to get the thing out there, but we have Chris here today by request. We had a bunch of people yesterday request to have somebody from Flip Tribes over. And that somebody is the genius who's been building it all, who's my really, really good friend, Chris Tuttle. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing good. I didn't know you were here.
I snuck in, yeah.
You're hidden.
Right? It's a busy week for me. We've got the fall fair here in Souk, and we're entering all of our honey and beeswax. So, plus I'm volunteering at the fair. So, timing is perfect. I think everything is ready, and I mean it's live, so it is ready. Just so everybody else knows, on the leaderboard right now, there's a section that calculates the AI God delta. And there's a bug in that for the low tier mode right now, and I'll squash that. It's pretty minor, and I'm annoyed that I haven't fixed it already. But everything else is accurate, I believe. But yeah.
All right, it's funny. I was making the AI God announcement, and I actually made it in a non by accident, which is terrible. I'm fired. Super fired. There we go. All right, let me get in here. So yeah, tell us about the first season, Chris.
Okay, so there's just over 500 billion AI God sitting in the Flip Tribes wallet, and if you go to the leaderboard, you can actually see that balance at the top, and you can hit refresh to refresh it and see it changing. Games, yeah, both the regular and low tier games cost 1 billion AI God to get in. In the low tier game, both you and the AI's cards are capped at a total of 55 points. So that's across all 5 cards for you. So you have to be pretty strategic when choosing your cards. This also means the AI is going to be very close to you in points, assuming you're choosing 55 points or so in a deck. So the games are quite balanced that way. The rewards are lower for low tier mode, so a draw only gets you 0.9 billion instead of the full billion back in low tier mode, and then the different wins scale up to about I think it's up to 2 billion. So you can, if you win by 9-1, you double your AI God output basically. For regular mode, it's also 1 billion to enter, but a draw gets you 1 billion back. So I mean, aside from the burns and the transaction related stuff, you're coming out even there. And if you go all the way up to the best win, like a 9-1 win, I think you're getting 2.8 billion. So it's almost a 3x if you do a really good win. But even the close win, like winning by 6-4 in regular mode, gets you 1.5 billion. So, it's reasonably generous. In regular mode, technically the cap right now is 130 points across all cards for both you and the AI. I don't think anybody or the AI can come close to hitting that cap right now because the cards just aren't there in everybody's collections. From playing and playtesting, it seems like the AI comes in around like 113 points. Varies by like 5-6 points right now. You don't necessarily need to have the same number of points as the AI to beat it, right? And part of the regular mode, this high tier battle, is to try to beat it with your underdog cards as well if you don't have amazing cards. Obviously, you can mint more cards to get a better hand against the AI. A reminder that the AI does get one copy of every card that winds up being minted. So if you make a 27-point card and you mint that, well, you're going to start seeing the AI use it. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, that's yeah. Go ahead, Corey.
No, that's huge. Yeah, Sep was or Seth. I don't know how to make your name not have to say Sephiroth every time. Sephiroth? I don't know. I'm gonna need a phonetics challenge on this one, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I randomly got this card that was a 1, like 0001. And I was like, I've never seen that before. I'm gonna mint this because it's hilariously low. Like I've never seen anything that low ever. And yeah, once I started playing the low tier mode, I was looking at it this morning. I'm like, wait a minute, what if I just put that in the middle? And it was a life changer.
Smart.
Yeah, having like a hyper low powered card is like sort of a new flex.
Right.
Kind of
And just so you guys all know, for fairness, like the AI is choosing its cards independently of yours. It's not like it knows what cards you have when it chooses its cards. It's not choosing cards directly to counter yours or anything.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, I have put a little bit of strategy in on how it chooses the cards. That's a little bit different for the low and the high tier mode, but it has no knowledge of your cards. It's just trying to build a hand that makes sense. Awesome. And I will adjust that strategy as we go, right? Both in picking cards and the overall AI stuff as we get more data. Part of this season is just to get a bunch of data, right? So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so I was saying a little bit up front, but for the people that have come in, we got that you can go see the rewards account for AI God has a fair amount in it. We're just using 500 billion for this one. And it's basically to get a bead on how all of it works. We've already got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be adding in for season 2. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to just slam this and have a blast with it and grind it out. So I don't expect this will last very long. So if you know anybody that has some flip drive cards, get them to to try it out as quickly as they can. And there's going to be some things that we bring in season 2 that I think are going to smooth a lot of things out. But yeah, we're going to learn a lot over the next coming days. So,
and just a reminder that all these transactions on both ends are still subject to the AI God burn and redirect amounts, right? So both yours and Bert's, the AIs, or the account itself, because it's not excluded in any way. So just the playing of games on both sides winds up sending more and more AI God to burn, and also some back to rewards. So it'll be interesting to see how long this lasts. Like I see we've got something like, I don't know, like 8-10 games played already, and the balance hasn't gone down that much, so we'll see.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? With it actually costing to play, and if it's a tie, it's a wash basically, unless it's low tier, you lose a little bit. And seriously, like every transaction burn, right? So we're creating that kind of volume that is going to be just really healthy for AI God, just as is. Could you tell us, Chris, about the AI that is running Bert? Oh, and before I forget, I do myself red. Could you tell us why you picked the name Bert for the AI?
It's funny. I wish I could tell you why I picked Bert for the AI. It was the first name that popped into my head. Maybe I was watching a TV show and something popped up in the background, but like my partners both made fun of the name right away because it's such a weird name to have chosen for an AI, but it stuck. And eventually there will be other named AIs, of course, right? So part of the first AI is getting the scaffolding down so that we can make changes and make these AIs feel a little bit more distinct. For a while there, I even had just a ChatGPT version of the AI that you could play against, and I might bring it back, but it was nowhere near as good as these versions. And I mean, I don't want to dig in too deep under the hood, but like Bert simulates a lot of gameplay before it actually makes its turn, and it's got a few parameters there where I can adjust sort of its overall like aggressiveness and defensive, and it does think while simulating the games, not dissimilarly from how we might do it. Like, obviously, you don't want to put a card with a 10 with the 10 facing the wall because you've just wasted that 10, right? And so it thinks about some of that stuff as well while it's making its decisions. And yeah, it's got a lot of areas where I can adjust it too, which is kind of fun. It is not perfect, right? Like, it doesn't simulate every game possible in existence, including a perfect user, and then find the right game. It's not that big, but it does do a sort of subset of that, which helps it feel pretty smart.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't want it to get too smart. I lose enough as it is. Now, granted, like getting it to be challenging enough so that Seth and Red don't just run away with literally everything feels kind of important. So yeah, this is the new thing that I learned, guys. If you put like a relatively low card in the middle, it kind of sets you up to do some crazy shit. And I'm going to embarrass myself because I'm not that good at this game yet, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I kind of like low tier mode, right? Like, it's a very different thing. You're thinking hard about it. And eventually, like, we can always add more modes with different points caps if we want to play with it, right? I'm not totally sure where the sweet spot will wind up lying.
See, this right here is my favorite thing. If you kind of set it up so that it, so that it'll do the. See, this one, I should be able to get this one too. Let's go. No card selected to play. Don't be like that. There we go. I had to click it harder. All right. This might end up being. Oh no, it's gonna be pretty balanced. Oh, and I'm not even gonna get one on this one. All right, well, whatever. I think I still won. Victory is mine.
Woo!
All right, so yeah, I started with $1 billion AI God. Now I got 1.5 billion AI God, which is kind of fun.
And I will change that number. So I've been fixing it on the leaderboard, but I'll change it to say 1.5 billion later.
Yeah, that
right?
makes more sense.
Clearer.
Yeah, that would be nicer, I think.
So
yeah, you can see it starting over in the leaderboard as well with the 2.2 billion. There were some things that I just didn't notice until the last minute, like that, you know.
Right. Yeah. So my balance is still catching up here because I think, or no, you actually had a loss. So I like
low tier mode versus regular mode, right?
Right. I actually usually set it up here. Anyway, this is the delta, right? So basically, like, how much has everybody earned in total over time, right? So like that's where, you know, Seth is up 2.2. Bert is losing. So this is going to be interesting too. Like, this is going to be a way for us to kind of watch, right? So we put 500 billion in there, right? So you're going to be able to see, you know, basically calculate really easily how much is left in the season on that. All right. Cool
and eventually maybe some derived stats. But yeah, if you scroll down, there's the low tier mode 2 stats.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, wait. And so those are the ones that we've got some issues with, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think my delta's not that. I think
no, you've got positive. 3 close wins, right, and 1 tie. So your delta should be up right now. It's just for some reason it stopped calculating the rewards amounts on low tier, and I can dig in and find it. But
okay, cool. Well, yeah, and you got the billion there too, which that's definitely easier to see. Yeah. So for you guys, Chris was telling me like there's a little bit of work left to be done on the leaderboard, but we wanted to get started. So, and this I didn't notice right up on top. You got the balance right there.
Right.
Never mind. That's convenient. All right. Well, let's play again. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll start taking bids for my super low 1 power card.
Well, it's kind of interesting, right? Because the numbers boost works against you if you're building cards just for low tier mode in some ways. Right? Because you're unlikely to get cards with 0s or 1s compared to getting 2s, 3s, and 4s, which might be a little wasteful for a lean low tier game.
That's a good point. But you could unequip all that stuff too, right? Like you could get a normal key. You know, I could take the HAB and the 100 million Upliftium NFT out of my wallet and just get rid of those.
Exactly. Yeah, there isn't an in-app way to unequip it, but it's pretty easy to move them out of your wallet.
Yeah, just take them out. I like it a lot.
And a reminder, like I was saying, with the AI getting cards, right? Like right now, there's a smaller number of people that have done a lot of re-rolling and minting to get some high tier cards for themselves.
Yeah.
But as new people pop up and roll those high tier cards, it starts making the AI a lot more competitive at that level too, which can actually reduce the win rate of the other people. So
Yep.
There's some meta strategies there.
Right. Good morning, Maestro. How you doing? Oh, by the way, so yeah, Red actually sent me some cards yesterday. Very appreciative. He sent me some presents for fun because he freaking rocks. 54. That's good enough. I don't mind that. So yeah, for Maestro and anybody else who's just showing up, season 1 Flip Tribes starts today. Game.fliptribes.com, and of course it'll give you all the information you need to log in. You need to have the key to get in the game, and every little transaction, even including logging in, costs 10 AI God, which is like, I don't know, like a billionth of a penny or something like that. I don't know actually what the number is for the record. Oh, speaking of Maestro, I got one of his cards and Red Scorpion as an enemy. That's super fun. This is what I love about this, right? I mean, that's these are ones that I made, except for the couple that Red gave me. But I'm literally playing against what I know is a Red Scorpion card right off the bat, which is kind of fun. And again, every once in a while the AI is going to go first, which kind of nixes. That's the one downside of having my completely and totally easy or like low end card, right? Because it's really designed to go right in the middle. But yeah, so this is a Maestro card. He had a bunch of these things with the deck in it. It's just like knowing that there's already kind of like branded stuff, right? Like I kind of start getting to know whose cards are whose is something that I really love. Oh man, this was really
and there's so much we can expand on it too. Like later
100%.
on, maybe you can mouse over those to see the lore behind the card. We've already talked about the victory NFTs, right?
Yes.
So like having those cards show up and then beating them and getting a victory NFT with the story on it might matter more to you if you've got a rivalry with Red Scorpion or anything like that going.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's gonna be kind of amazing, I think. Man, I wish I had a higher number on the top of this one. It's not super helpful. All right, screw it. Let's just do this.
Well, and so if you scroll down a little bit, and I'll figure out a better way to show up, you can see all the AI cards there too, right? So some people are definitely going to be going back and forth and planning their moves based on exactly what they think the AI should do.
Right.
And some people are going to wing it a little bit more. It'll be fun to see those strategies.
If by some people you mean me, guilty as charged. Yeah, I definitely don't think things through anywhere near enough. In general, probably shouldn't say that out loud, but it's true.
And so everyone, this is time to learn the basic gameplay as well. We'll be adding, so elemental feature is definitely going to come on the Sooner side once I've got a chance to do that. And so that'll put some of those cells, like the game board cells, will have an element to them. So if it's a lightning element on the cell and you have a lightning card and you play it, then it'll give a boost, like +1 to all of your numbers. Nice.
Yep. Pretty excited about that.
And then the other one that I think I'll do on the Sooner side will be a combo mode, and that'll be a new optional mode to try. And so in combo mode, if you flip a card, it also checks the cards that card could flip and flips them too. So basically your flips go 1 extra round deep.
Wait, what?
Right? So start a new game, but if you flip a card and that card is already adjacent to a couple of cards.
Yeah.
Right? And they're the enemy's color as well. And if it beats those cards, then it'll flip those too. So it doesn't go multiple layers, but it goes 1 layer extra. So you can sort of force in and flip corner cards and stuff if you're
right. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, so daisy chain flipping. That's a good way to put that.
Yeah, great name.
So let's talk a little bit, because we wanted to get this thing started really quickly, but can you maybe talk about the victory NFT card idea that we were kind of messing around with?
Yeah, so basically with all the cards that we've minted already, we have a great lore base, and we also have some lore documents. So I'm going to consolidate all of that into sort of another foundational document that'll be consulted along with the lore of the individual cards after a battle is over. And so then once it digs through all of that, it'll build a set of lore and a picture to go along with it, probably, that represents your game as if it were a battle between those characters. So if they're characters that were traditionally friends, it might have to say, hey, these long-term friends decided to have a friendly match or something, or if it's characters that have a rivalry, it can go off of that. Likely it'll also choose one of the locations that have been developed as well to have the battle take place in. And then all that information will be recorded on an NFT, which will be sent to you as part of winning. It's very likely that NFT will also therefore be burnable to or blendable to get the reward from the game. So instead of getting the rewards directly sent to your wallet, they'll be baked into the NFT. So then it's up to you if you want to burn that NFT and get rid of it. You can get the rewards, or you can keep the NFT for the lore value that it has. And then it'll only be the NFTs that aren't burned that will be used for future developments of lore and new schemas and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. When I first told Bullshibles about this idea, he was like, no, and it took him a little while to figure out the what's possible doing this, right? Like, so you can just win the AI God. That's fantastic. Next season we're talking about doing using the Nefty upgrade system to have it so that your cards can only be used so many times and then need to get recharged. Lots of that stuff, right? But and there's different levels of wins, right? So these cards automatically have a rarity to them. They'll have different blends that because they're going to be worth different amounts of AI God when you burn them. But I mean, that we started thinking almost immediately of, okay, there's gonna be a lot of these things that just have stickiness value anyway, right? Like if I, beat a red scorpion, yes, I can go get the AI God anytime I want. But also, like, I now have this NFT that I beat the guy who's the number one player, and like I have one of his cards in that thing. Like that to me is it's gonna do some interesting things. We're gonna see sort of what happens with that. But then different projects that associated with us could then use those NFTs for miners because we're locking up their token, and doing some, I think the system is sort of interesting enough that I think we're going to be able to figure out new and cool things that's going to, be doing some stuff that's also kind of fucked up. Yeah, it is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, one thing, and I haven't even talked to you about this yet, Corey, but one thing I was considering with the Victory NFTs is we could leave the regular mode regular like this. But we were talking about letting players basically stake a deck of cards, right? So they put together, 30 or 50 or however many cards they want, stake that, and then also stake a chunk of rewards or put up a chunk of rewards. And so then when players go to start a game, they can choose to play against those staked decks instead. At which case they get the rewards as based on, when you stake the deck and the rewards, you can choose how you want the distribution to look. And those rewards could get baked into Victory NFTs that you, as the person who is setting up the stake, could also have some input on. Like, so you could basically say, like, my deck is a bunch of players that are at this arena or in this field or whatever and waiting for challengers. And then all the Victory NFTs that come out would be themed based on that.
Yeah.
Instead of being a little bit more random. So.
Yeah, I like that. I had a long chat with Bullshit was about, like, you want to, if you owned 100 cards or whatever and they were all charged up, you could basically stake them, and as long as they all had charge, players could just be playing against Bullshiples, and he wasn't even there, which basically just use the AI to use those cards to play everybody.
Exactly, and ideally let people choose sort of what AI parameters they want, so like I can expose the aggressiveness and other features in there. And probably use whatever token they want as long as they have it as the reward token, right?
This Bitcoin card, whoever made this, bravo.
Gorgeous.
This might be another Maestro one. That's cool. Oh man, I won big. Look at that. I feel very accomplished. I didn't realize there's only 2 left. All right, I did not think I was gonna win that well. Let's freaking go.
Right, and so that's 2.4 billion AI God, right? So it's a pretty good return.
Not bad. And it's still our intention to have different earning amounts for the high tier and low tier, right? Because like just because of the way the code's working this time, it's all the same. But I think we were thinking about having the cost and the wins be different.
Yeah, I didn't want to fix something right before launch that I needed to fix to set the cost separate. But
Right.
I will fix that, and then we can set them to be different for next season. Because for other modes too, right? Like I can imagine a glamour mode of some sort, or like maybe combo cost more or cost less. We'll want to be able to play with that, and then set the rewards differently. So right now, low tier mode has worse earnings overall, right? If games were won or lost randomly.
Yeah.
But I think there's more opportunity for strategic players to win games in low tier mode, so it might balance out a little bit.
It definitely feels easier to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about going into to mint some more cards that were sort of in the 9 to 14 range. Just because you could sort of make some more interesting combinations.
Yeah, like if you're really being deliberate about it and you build cards that can reinforce each other or back each other up or fill in gaps, right?
Be Luminous, the Fractal Sentinel.
That's one of the better cards, I think, in existence.
Oh, yeah, it's a 10 on that one. Holy shit, that's a 23.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think a 24 is the highest that exists right now.
Crazy pants. It's another one with a 10. Another one with a 10. I am screwed. Hey, at some point, could we? I wonder if it is the same numbers. Could we at some point get like number to number, like a total power ratio, right? Like whatever my total is versus whatever the AI's total is, just so I can kind of get a beat.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
I could definitely just show the total on each. That's no problem. I'll pop that in.
Okay. Cool. And what you were talking, and again, not a priority, but like the whole like on mouse over having it pop up a bigger image in the story, because like I find myself like really wanting to look at this because it looks really, really cool.
Right, there should be a way to go see it on Marketplace, right, on Nefty or whatever. Like we should make it a little more.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Okay. Now what do I do? What do you think, Juan? Where do I go?
Oh, I can't tell you because I can't see the numbers from where I'm standing right now. So it's very difficult for me to advise.
That's fair enough. I should just get Seth and Red to tell me what to do.
Sometimes the corner play makes sense.
Right? Yeah, that's kind of why I like these ones, because they sort of have the capacity to sort of play a little bit defensively. But I mean, they have so many power cards that it's tough to make that call.
I would definitely watch a YouTube video from Sephiroth or
right? Yeah, if you guys ever want to make make some how-tos, you'll have a rabid audience.
Because I know I can think about the strategy, but I find it hard to articulate sometimes, right? So
yeah. Whereas I just click things until stuff happens, and sometimes I win, which is fun. Oh man, that 10. Ouch. I am not gonna win this one, family. Well, I can get that one, I guess. And it's a draw. And again, I'm getting less than I put in, because a draw in low tier mode, you're losing a little bit.
No.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Well, hold on for a second though. I might need to fix a number on there, because that wasn't low tier mode.
It wasn't? Oh yeah, no, it wasn't.
No, you were playing regular mode there.
Oh yeah. All right. There you go. See? Live testing. What's up?
I think I need to boop that number up one.
But... yeah, for anyone taking notes, boop is a technical term. Fun. Yeah, so that's interesting. TC, I guess if you're not into the game, you could just try and mint good cards and sell in the market for players to buy. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Up to and including, if you wanted to, be posting them online with gameplay videos or whatever. I think there's definitely a way to think about this where you're marketing pieces less than playing the game, which is something I've been thinking about that a lot, actually, trying to figure out kind of a way to do that. And that's, it's one of the reasons why we ended up doing the frankly, this bit weird thing. Like the only way to get keys to play the game is to either have one of the 100 harvesters, or no, so the hab thing, or fabricators. What the fuck do we call those things? God damn it. I call them factories, but that's not what they are. Manufacturing hubs. There we go. From AI God. Those are the only things that can produce the keys. So you'll have people putting those on the market. And again, obviously, we want to increase the player base by about 6 or 7 trillion people to really get it to roll. But first things first, the game works. And yeah, I think like these are the bones, right? I think we're going to learn a lot in this mini season and have a whole bunch of new and really, really cool things coming out in season 2. And then the possibility of doing a dozen different kinds of game modes, I think just make things like really interesting. And I think it changes the dynamics too, right? So for people that when I minted that super low card, I didn't think it was going to be worth anything. I just thought it was completely nuts that I could own one that was literally just a 1 power, right? Now it's kind of my favorite card, right? Like doing the low tier mode, if I'm allowed to go first, it's going to be pretty interesting every time.
So I found the mistake. So don't start a new game. I'm just gonna wait like 40 seconds for anyone else who's playing to stop, and then I'm just gonna update it.
Sure. Okay.
Might as well get it done quick.
So yeah, doing a bundle of 9 good cards to play as a hand. So you only need 5, number one. So you could do 5 if you wanted to bundle them to do a good hand TC, whether it's for low power mode or high power mode. But yeah, I mean, having a bundle where you had a key oh yeah, Seth, it's him. Weird that Seth is grinding out games. Everyone's super surprised. Yeah, so like for somebody to start new, right? You have a key and 5 cards, and obviously like they're gonna need some AI God to play. But yeah, it'll be a good little.
Yeah, I was thinking about that
bundle
too. Like there's almost definitely a way that we could have a pool of cards that people contribute to. That then people could use to just do test games without needing a wallet or anything else, right? Like no reward, no anything like that, but just, have a open user that people could play with.
Right. Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, we should be good to go again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did we fix?
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, again, last minute things. It's always the stupid reversals of stuff, but I had the rewards backwards. So, yeah.
Never
Super quick fix, but
dull.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely donate some cards for a free to play thing. And then even
Error.
yeah.
Oops.
Give that a shot again. Maybe it was just.
I think I might have clicked things too fast. Boop. Boop.
This is where I break everything live.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, I it was user error.
A few. Okay.
Yeah.
The code's big enough now that I get nightmares and things like that,
AI God token buys market link. Sorry, TC, I don't have any clue what that means.
Like a link to Wax on Edge or Alcor so people can just grab the token, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what he means. And
you can go directly to Launchbags and get it from the AI God page.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
wax.launchbags.com/AI God or whatever it is. That's definitely the way. Yeah, if you're not using Nefty Swap, then can we really even be friends? I don't know.
No, well, it's the
Wax
same
on
as
Edge
using a Wax on Edge. So
Yeah, that's-
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
go to
Wax on
Wax on Edge and
Yeah.
buy there. It's not.
Yes. Okay, so I want to try low tier mode again, just because I get to do the Akitsura, the joyful dawn. I'm highly entertained. I wonder what else we could do with the victory NFTs. It's just the whole idea that it could increase that level of stickiness. Because I mean, what we're, in my opinion, what we're leveraging here is, the act of, like making these cards it feels really fun to me. Like I feel connected to it more than if I just got some random thing in a pack, right? Because the things that are getting created, like I'm sort of putting, my little artistic stamp in it, or people that are doing branded stuff, which I think is genius. Like, well, honestly, like if you see a sunrise, it was probably me, right? Like that. There's some sort of interesting elements there, but then the stories that get created are interesting. The fact that we're already linking the stories back to other stories, so it's creating those sort of network nodes that I think could be, really interesting in the future. And then you have these, victory cards that are like, they're one of ones, right? It's a one of one that is an image and a story about a history of an event that just happened. So I wonder, like, cause I don't know, but like, to me, that feels much stickier than a lot of things. Definitely stickier than, oh, you just got some AI god as winnings.
But is
Well, yeah.
it really a one-on-one, or does the AI get the same? And
No,
what happens to that?
Yeah, so of the minting things, none of those are one of ones, right? So like if you're minting a playing card, then you get them, but the AI like the Flip Tribes always gets one, and then we play against all those cards, right? But the victory NFTs,
okay,
right? Like what goes on there is, instead of getting 1.5 AI god as a winning, right? You're gonna get an NFT that is like this collection. Like we send to the AI, hey, it was this character that beat this character, right? Like maybe it's the top power card of both of your hands or whatever it is, right? And it was this epic victory, and we basically like cue the AI to write this story about an epic victory that just happened, and we use that story to create an image, and that image and that story go into an NFT. And that NFT, you can burn it to get the AI god, but you have to burn this really amazing one-of-one thing to get it. And you can if you want, by all means, go get your winnings, right? But then, there's that initial level of stickiness. And I think once that's there, I think we're going to come up with lots of different ideas and ways to use it. Not only that, but like, if people want to buy and sell and trade static elements of AI god that's basically locked up, you're going to be able to use the NFTs to do it, interestingly enough.
Yeah, and there's so much we can do with them later as well, right? Like we could always have some sort of like codex that you blend a bunch of victory NFTs together into, and then you have a book of victories, and maybe that even gives you a boost in mint rates, right? Like
I didn't even think of that. See, there you go. What other brilliant ideas can we have before noon Eastern Standard Time? Obviously in Spain it is afternoon already.
Yeah.
All right, so I get what, 10? I could do a 14. What do we have that's good on the 14 department? I kind of already used that. Let's do it again. Oh, one of the other things that I think Red was asking about is a white paper, which we haven't really done anything about yet, but it's probably something that we should kind of consider.
We've got both main elements out now, right?
Right.
So, it's kind of nice to have all that out before the white paper, though. It's refreshing.
I agree. I mean, that's we've always been the kind of group that we want to under promise and over deliver, even if we deliver before we promise. And again, like that's it's probably cost us a ton of speculation money, just because the people that promise and never deliver, they make a lot of money in crypto, which is very frustrating. But fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Excellent. I get to go first. My super win, it went first though, right?
Yeah, I think you just dominated that one.
Yeah, I dominated with an amazing amount of horseshoes out my ass. But yes, yeehaw, rock and roll. Let's go. Actually, if I have anything, let's do this. Sometimes, like when I'm thinking about it now, if see, every once in a while you can kind of luck out and make a corner play because it won't do this one, it'll do this one. Obviously that did not work for me this time, but that's okay.
Although sometimes I think it's trying to trick you out when it does go the other way, because it usually means that it can flip 2 cards if you're not careful.
Right? Yeah, that's always the danger. Oh man, see, I would on mouse over this one right away. Like, look at this.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one before.
I haven't either.
That's another fun thing about low tier mode is you start seeing a lot of other cards, right?
Right.
In high tier mode, there's I bet you there's only 30 cards it's choosing between.
Oh man, I should have put this one right there. I didn't realize I forgot I had that 0 right on the bottom. That thing is now completely useless.
Hey,
Cool. Yeah, I should lose this one. Boop. Screwed. Do I get the red screen of death? No, I get the draw screen of not death. Fair enough. Could be worse.
But
All
now
right,
the
well-
reward amount's correct, so phew.
All right. Nailed it. Yeehaw. All right. So yeah, for anybody who's playing, game.flipdrives.com. And if you don't have cards yet,
It's been fun
go-
to watch the balance on the leaderboard. Like it started at 504.9 or something, and it's at 501.5. So
that's
it's gone down and back up. So
Yeah, that's not bad. Oh yeah, it's 499 now. 0.78. There you go. Yeah, and the low tier mode for anybody paying attention, the low tier mode leaderboard is definitely not correct.
Yeah,
and
sorry
and
about
no stories. Denied. We'll get that fixed.
yeah. Well, I don't have to go off to the fair till this afternoon, so I think I get to just sit here and fix it. It's just yeah. Sometimes I get fixed right away. Sometimes it just seems to create more problems. So
Got it. Well, that's oh man, I didn't know you could search down at the bottom. For some reason I didn't even notice that was there.
well, we don't have enough users that it does
Yeah.
anything right now.
Yeah,
but
but
later on it'll
Right. Oh, and should we and again, not important, but like if we have the positions numbered, then if you sort of see yourself on the bottom, like on some of the tappers or whatever, right? Like I'm like, at 1,200 on one of them or whatever, but you sort of see the top 50. So you
Oh
sort
yeah,
of
that's
get
a great call.
right? You get an idea of kind of where you are in the pack. Obviously
I'll do
not
that
relevant
while
right
I'm in-
now, but
No, I'm in there today anyway, so I'll just add that. That's easy.
Okay. Funsies. All right. Well, I'm gonna go on a minting spree for the rest of the day.
Awesome.
While playing games.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
definitely. Like, if you guys share any really cool boards or wins or anything like that, I'd love to see them. Still collecting any feedback, and of course, too, if you find any bugs or weirdnesses, let us know. Right, this is the season to get it all fixed and hammered
Heck
out.
yeah.
Cool.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All right. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention that testing the Bags Tap Wrap is still going really, really, really well. Huge thank you to our friends that are doing that. So there is an AI God Discord and the AI God Telegram, which is kind of where we're hanging out right now. I would love it if people just shared it to the Flip Tribes Twitter. I would kind of rather at this point do everything on socials that are like wide out in the open. Because again, we're looking for more players. So anytime we're in like a closed group, that's just not helping us grow, right? So if I could request it, I'd say we all just post about those things on the Twitter, and obviously like I'll share those things out and be watching that and whatever. But yeah. I guess you were talking about feedback and stuff too. Obviously, you can just DM me any feedback or stuff like that, because I'm sort of collecting all that stuff to hand Chris, little snippets instead of 50,000 people trying to get her attention while she's got her head down in code. So yeah,
I've just learned I'm not very good at consistent coding and being consistently in Discords and Telegrams, so
it's
gotta go
tough.
through
'Cause I mean,
phases of one or the other.
right? You're seeing a billion other things, and people are going to ask you the same question 9 times. Ask me the same question 9 times. I'm just going to give it to the title one time, and we can hopefully gain some efficiency that way. But yeah, so Tapper still entirely on track for Wednesday. Yeah, I would say.
Absolutely. Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Tapper on Wednesday, yes or yes?
Yes or
We'll
yes.
launch yes with or without you. There will be on Wednesday. Yes.
Okay, I need a video that's Juan throwing me under a bus, because that was a funny one. That was a funny one. I feel like yesterday it was just the fucking throw Corey under the bus joke over and over and over. And again, like some of the jokes are even funny, but I got tire tracks on my face. It's fucking super sad. However, I mean, in the interim, anytime I feel like I've just been thrown under the bus,
I'm a hot dog. I'm a hot dog.
Anyway,
That's revenge. Come on, Corey. I never threw you under the bus. I don't know. You felt like I was doing it, but I think you
yeah, no, we have established that I'm
you
too
threw under the
sensitive.
bus yourself. You thought that I was pushing you, but that was
I'm really
the
just
case.
diving under the bus.
I'm
Okay.
a hot dog. I'm a hot dog.
Anyway, we'll have fun with it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's really close. We're coming up with some really good kind of balance and hacks early on, thanks to our friends who are helping us kind of go over some of this stuff. Really excited about that. But it really just kind of works. In fact, shit, I'm remiss. So kind of have this this arc, where you got to do some things to get some stuff. I guess I could say, the first 2 weeks, we're going to be celebrating all of the main launches that have happened on Launchbag so far. They're going to get incorporated into what we do over the first couple of weeks of the Tappers history. We're going to be doing some airdrops after for the people that achieve certain levels for each one of those things. Getting your friends in early is going to help them out. It's going to give them more of a chance to complete everything by the end of the first season. We'll have some news about season 2, and I think we're going to run it kind of like, it's not firm because we don't know, but I think our target is to have seasons about every 2 weeks, and create a really fun cadence where.
You can remove the about every 2 weeks because it's hard coded. It's 2 weeks, so
Is it really hard coded? I didn't know that.
So. I think so.
Well, fuck me.
It's 2 weeks, and that's
hard. Nothing like setting deadline in the actual app ourselves. All right, boys, get your shit together. Gotta get that stuff in there. That's funny. All right, well, there you go. Now we know that. But yeah, so and then there's going to be some airdrops, and of course by that I mean you're going to get whitelisted for a free claim for some of those tokens, and for some other really awesome prizes for the first 2 weeks, and a bunch of prizes for subsequent seasons. So we're gonna do our best to make it as exciting as humanly possible. You're gonna want to make sure you get all your friends in it early, and then we can go. Oh, listen to this. First winner of season will get a $10 iTunes card from me. So I mean, there's a bunch of different leaderboards, TC. So you're gonna have to let us know which one you mean. I would imagine maybe coins on hand is sort of like, that's to me the things we got a level up system that is really cool, and it's not based on the amount that you've mined total. Which I think the leaderboard on Tap Monsters is kind of that, right? It's actually based on how much you've managed to accumulate at once in your sort of like points bank to level up, which I'm kind of digging, right? Because as we go, it's just going to give you that much more reason to sort of build up more and slow down, but then you can still spend it on stuff, and there's passive miners and all that.
Well, and the coins on the coins on hand leaderboard's really interesting because you have to decide at what point in the season to stop upgrading.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And this season, I mean, I don't know. That's a good question, actually, because like the timing, I'm pretty sure, because we're gonna stagger the release of the new sets of, I'll just say it, clothing. You'll figure it out. But accessories, yada yada yada. Right. So like that, the last sort of 3 days. You're going to be doing stuff, but you will have been able to, bank a bunch of stuff early. I think it's going to come down to how quickly did you get the passive miners, how fast. So yeah, I think the people that start early, as far as the leaderboard, and I mean, time in is always kind of the thing, right? But yeah, people are going to want to start Wednesday, 11:30, rock and roll. I'm assuming we're going to drop at 11 just because like tradition is just
exactly tradition is tradition. I mean, we cannot do it differently.
100%, man.
Unless there are some fox there, but no fox this time. I think we have tested. We have thoroughly tested. So yeah.
Can we just make it so that in like just 48 people are watching us right now? Just close your ears. Could we just make it where like the first 5 minutes we're sort of like kidding, and you just say fuck 900 times? You're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Yeah, no, it works. Just go to town, have fun. There's like a pop-up in the app. There's just Juan going, "Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck." Just kidding. Ignore me. That will go down in history as one of my favorite crypto days ever, where shit just didn't work, and then it did, because Juan and the team are fucking relentless, which is really fun. All right, TC, we'll sort of take a look at it and see what how we want to do that. So yeah, there you go. $10 iTunes card for the winner. You gotta like that. And again, like we have tons of prizes that we're planning on doing too. We'll announce those when the time comes.
Yeah, what you haven't announced yet is who's the winner of the meme contest.
Oh yeah, I don't even.
But I think we already all voted. Oh, I don't know. I think we were missing the vote from the community.
Yeah, crypto night was gonna vote. I need them to DM me on the Telegram machine. So yeah, we'll maybe hang out with them because I haven't calculated who the actual winners are yet. So yeah. So let's we'll maybe get that organized for Monday one way or the other, and we'll be able to announce.
Okay, cool.
And again, that's $100 worth of WUF going to the meme winner. And I think it was like 30 and 20 for number 2 and number 3.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it's 100 or 150. I don't remember. I have it somewhere here.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway,
It's,
like really,
I know it's 100, 150 and 30.
Oh wow, yeah. See, like
Yeah,
again, like I think
and 30. You're right.
the amount of work that went into, and I haven't looked, but I think I know what the first and second winners are going to be. Those the videos that whoever made those videos, it's just like fuck, you put some time in and you're going to make some money. Because they're like just hilariously good. Yeah, next time we do this, I want to I don't know, maybe get like 100 people on a list of people that want to play that game before we launch the next one, just because I want to see way more.
Yes,
we got
true.
like 11 good ones or whatever it was. So anyway, we live and we learn, and it's super fun. So yeah, Flip Tribes, it's open now. Go check it out. Let me refresh this to see how fast this stuff is going to go. Yeah, it's 498 billion. We started with 500 billion. We have no clue how long that's going to last. And you can play as many times as you want. So get in there, mint some cards, and practice and see how well you can do. And yeah, we'll start planning season 2 like this weekend probably. I already got some ideas for it, but we're going to learn a lot. So thank you guys very much for playing and chatting with us about it.
Yeah, good luck all.
Yeah, and again, anybody that has any feedback about it, just fire me a DM or hit me anywhere where you see my name, or in the AI God Telegram channel, or on Twitter or whatever, and I'll make sure we get those notes, and if anything needs fixing, we'll fix that. Again, all of our blends and everything is going to be on Nefty Blocks. The power upgrade, once we get that working, is going to be on the amazing upgrade system in Nefty Blocks, because I feel like it was basically designed for that purpose explicitly. And all the tokens we have, you can actually use Nefty Swap LP. You can be doing all your trading on Wax on Edge, because why the hell would you do it anywhere else? It doesn't make any sense. Network liquidity is the shit. And yeah, the Launchbags Tapper, I think we gotta I think it's gonna be good. I'm pretty excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, Juan, what did I miss, or did I miss anything?
I think you got it all.
Well, fucking A, rock and roll.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you all Monday morning. Chris, thank you so much for coming and joining us and doing all the work to get this thing running.
No problem.
And yeah, the victory NFTs are gonna freak people out. And I think the power up cycles on cards are gonna be really, really interesting too. I have some thoughts about that. I'm gonna talk. And again, anybody that has any ideas about how we can make this a system, feel really, really good for not only people that are playing a lot, but new people that just show up, right? We want to make it, as fun as possible for somebody who just shows up off the street, and make it as strong and deep enough so that, people are playing it, enjoying it, and having a blast, a month from now, a year from now, 3 years from now. Axie Infinity, eat our shorts. Which, for the record, I mean, okay, this is a crazy idea. Could we breed cards?
It's not totally crazy, but I think our generation system might be more fun.
Well, that
But
right.
like we could definitely get to the point where we use cards to influence the next generation if you want,
Yeah.
right? Like choose 2 cards as well as add a prompt, and then the new card will be something that comes from them specifically. But let's think
Right.
about it. Like I don't want to say no, right?
Well, and you were talking about like the I mean, and again, this is like 50,000 years from now. We got so many different ideas that that are kind of not necessarily must-dos, but are really on our radar. Like even like the elemental mode could shift things completely. Like the whole other game mode that's just rocking some power ups for the elemental thing you've been talking about for a while.
Totally, right? There's a few, and like people who have played Final Fantasy VIII's Triple Triad know that there's a few rules in there that we could pull on that I haven't even really talked about. So
Ooh, shit. And yeah, go and mint the lowest possible card you possibly can, and just be really jealous of my 1 power, which I never thought I would be able to say.
right. All right, have fun, everybody.
Cool.
All right, guys, thanks. We'll see you. And
Monday.
Chris's thumbs up will be implied. And
Yes.
yeah, we'll just bring it home. Bringing it home.
Yes.